record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus George Oldham, 24686.
Delvan Dusen, P69647 on behalf of Mr. Oldham.
Thank you. And Mr. Oldham, your name please for the record.
George Oldham.
All right, so today is the date scheduled for the examination. And counsel, what's happening?
Your Honor, in this matter, Mr. Oldham will be pleading to count 2, domestic, no objection to the 7411. Count 1 and count 3 will be dismissed. And there is also regarding the bond terms of contact.
All right, sir, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this man be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, and sir, you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the domestic charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Your attorney worked out a very good deal for you, sir. And you've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and counsel, if you can please, voir dire your client.
Mr. Oldham, is it true on May 24th, 2024, you were in the city of Riverview, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, did you come across Kristen, which is your ex-wife?
Yes.
And were you driving in front of her?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you do?
I had brake checked her a couple times, but she was tailgating me.
So that put her in fear of you, correct, of the crash, is that correct? And you knew this was possible to happen?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Shadra, your appearance for the people, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Omar Shadra on behalf of the people, P86332.
Okay, and you've spoken to the complaining witness in this matter,
Yes,
counsel?
she is present today in court.
Okay, I don't know that we've quite had a factual basis. Do the people feel satisfied that there's a factual basis? I didn't hear. I think, counsel, that you may have to have a conversation. I didn't hear a factual basis.
That's about all there is, Your Honor. She claims that he swerved at her when he was turning left, she went around him, and that he did try to swerve into her. He doesn't remember doing that, though.
Well, I mean, that would be more of a factual basis than brake checking. I mean, I don't know that that would have been,
Didn't hit her vehicle, didn't hit anything.
Based on the limited information that you just put on the record, I don't hear a factual basis. Am I missing something, Counsel?
No, Judge.
Okay, we'll have to recall this matter. All right, when we are on the record, we're recalling the matter of George Oldham, 24686. Okay, so we went all the way to the factual basis on this matter, and so what's happening?
This is a matter set for an exam today. Those are the facts of it. He, as in my client here, just wants to get it settled due to the fact that he has no contact with his son. And so I know to set up for trial would be quite a while out, and so with the bond condition and all that intact, he has stated he'll just take the plea.
Counsel, I can respect that. However, as to the voir dire, I wasn't able to establish a factual basis. There wasn't a factual basis established. Is there going to be another attempt at voir dire or no?
I have nothing further, Your Honor. That's exactly out of the case report.
Okay, well, let's go to the record, counsel. I'll chat with you both back in chambers. And I'm also going to, but just give me 2 minutes, I can just chat with probation on this one for a quick minute, okay? All right, let's go off the record.
Yep. Okay. Go!
Hand me my screen box.
Now go. Freak.
All right, so we are going to go on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus George Oldham, 24686. We are recalling that matter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Omar Shahjar on behalf of the people, PA 6332.
Dominic Dusan on behalf of Mr. Oldham, P 69647.
Thank you.
George Oldham.
Okay, all right, and so today, we were working on a plea, we had gone to, gotten the voir dire, and there was, an inability to make a factual basis, so counsel, then came in chambers with the court, and there was some further discussion regarding, some aspects of the case, and so, counsel?
Yeah, we're asking to do a contested plea at this time.
Okay.
To do, for the court, civil purposes.
All right, and so, Mr. Oldham, you're still under oath, and, as to the count 2 of domestic violence, how do you plead?
Uncontested.
No contest?
No contest.
Okay, all right, and I've already asked you all of the other, questions regarding all that, regarding your rights, anything changed regarding that, sir?
No.
All right, you also understand what the purpose of a no contest plea is, and that, while you're not admitting, guilt or, of that nature, that for purposes of sentencing, it would be treated as guilty, do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and knowing all that, do you want to continue in that way?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And, any objection to the court reviewing the police report for the factual basis?
No objection.
All right. All right, the court does find the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. And, the court will accept your plea, the court will dismiss counts 1 and 3 per the plea agreement. And, you'll meet with probation to get your pre-sentence interview date as well as your date for sentencing. And there's a request to amend the bond conditions, correct?
That's correct.
All right, and counsel, if you can, you may proceed with that request.
All right, this time we ask, Mr. Oldham has 50-50 custody of his minor child. At this time, there is a no contact because the child was in the vehicle at the time. We're asking the court to allow him to have contact with the child, to also, with the mother, to only have contact with her pertaining to the child, which they will do any of that communication through the web app that the friend of the court has set up for them. But we're asking for that portion to be listed. There'll have to be an extra person there, or I've told them to bring somebody extra. He should leave out early before she does after pickup or drop off also.
Okay, and Mr. Chandra?
Judge, with the people have no objection to that. I did have an opportunity to speak with the complaining witness. She's present to make a representation as it pertains to the facilitation and custody of the child.
Okay, and then if you could please state and spell your first and last names for the record.
Kristen Schwartz, KRISTEN,
All right, thank you. And I do apologize to both of you, I already said that already to counsel and Mr. Oldham, and also to you, I know you've been here quite a while as well. And so what is it that you would like to let the court know regarding the parenting time schedules?
Just that there's no contact, that we have somebody else with us. He leaves before I do, and I don't want no contact at all.
Okay. Is there either a third party that the two of you agree on to facilitate that?
Our divorce has us going to the McDonald's on West Road in Trenton. And that's, if she's willing to continue that, but we each have somebody. I would have my mom, but she just had a knee replacement, so it would be hard to.
Okay, so, but this didn't occur at the McDonald's, this occurred at your mom's home.
Yeah, correct.
So I'm just going to ask a question, I'm not intending to go down a rabbit hole, I'm just trying to understand the dynamics a little bit. Ma'am, did you go to the home to pick up your child because that's what the two of you had agreed upon, or because somebody did not want to go to the McDonald's?
The plan was to go to McDonald's. I was running late because I was stuck in traffic. He had asked if I would come to the residence to pick up Aiden since he was not leaving, and I agreed to go pick Aiden up from his house where he was with his sister.
And so then I guess, counsel, is the request to have a third party doing pickup and drop off, or just each party having an additional person with them during the pickup and drop off?
I think additional person, or it could be the child's old enough, you could get in and out of vehicles without the other party, either party getting out of the vehicle to help them get into the other vehicle.
He's 7, your child's 7?
Yes. And normally he does get out, he'll get out of her car, come in my truck and vice versa. We don't get out of the vehicle.
Well, I know, the problem, the concern the court has that this matter involved the vehicle.
Yes.
Because I'm just gonna say it. You weren't leaving the house for whatever the reason was, and so instead of going to the McDonald's, Miss Schwartz went to your home to pick up your son. But then after she leaves, you're immediately in your vehicle. So, there are some concerns with that. This isn't my preference, however, you could always go into the, ma'am, what city do you live in?
In Trenton as well.
What's closer for you, the Riverview PD or the Trenton PD?
Trenton would probably be more convenient.
Either or, it's,
So my thought was, my thought with Riverview is that there was like a circular drive, you could just both, one be on one side, one be on the other, and then your child would get out of one car and go to the other car, right? And then one leaves, wait until the other one's left the parking lot, and then you leave. But if Trenton is closer, I think that, I know it's on kind of a main road, but it doesn't seem to be super busy, but I think that there's a parking lot there, right? Or there's on-street parking.
Behind, yeah, or there's not Third Street, but along where the fire trucks pull in too, there's that little side street also.
So maybe that's where you have to do that, inside of the McDonald's, I don't know, unless you wanna, I mean, your judgment of course says McDonald's. So is there a problem if you're both at McDonald's, one on one side, one on the other, or, I mean?
no, I'm okay with it as long as one of us leaves prior to the other one leaving.
Okay,
I'd ask that Mr. Oldham leaves first, only therefore it doesn't circle back into a situation where it may be thought that he's following or something to that extent.
okay, so I'm going to order that parenting time exchange occurred per judgment of divorce with defendant leaving first. Okay, that way there's no question, who's the one leaving first? It'll just always be Mr. Oldham. And then any communication is to be through the third party app. What, are you using My Family Wizard or is there another one?
Half close,
App close, okay.
I believe that's what it's called.
It used to be called My Family Wizard, so I wasn't really sure if there was still that one or not. And so I'm going to remove the no contact with Aiden, the arraigning magistrate in the 36th District Court. Prohibited contact with Aiden, and then I'm going to order no contact with Ms. Schwartz, except to effectuate parenting time with the minor child only through the third party app for the Third Circuit Court order. Okay, so that's going to read how the amended bond conditions read. I'm not including Aiden in that, and so there should be no problem with any contact regarding Aiden. Anything else?
Actually, Judge, the complaining witness also wants to bring up another issue as well.
Okay, what's that?
Just regarding sporting events for him. And us being,
Tonight he's got baseball and then, I mean, there's only a few weeks left of baseball, but then he starts football, I think in August.
like, can it be that we each have to be on opposite ends, opposite sides, like,
Well, okay, here's where I'm gonna just kind of be right on the edge of the rabbit hole here. you two clearly have, a lot of emotional, a lot of emotions regarding each other and your child. You both, at this point, seem to have a right to be at his functions. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty to say where each of you have to be, whether, you know, Mr. Oldham, you have to be on the 20-yard line on the visiting sides, you know, part of the field, and Ms. Schwartz, you could be on the 50-yard line. I'm not going to get into those details. You're both adults. You both need to make sure that if Ms. Schwartz is sitting in the bleachers near some parents first, and Mr. Oldham, you show up, you're not sitting there. You're sitting somewhere else, and not in the next section right next to her, right? And vice versa, right? Now, is it possible that you're both going to end up being friends with parents on the team separately? Yes, because you share a child. So I'm going to hope for your son's sake that you two can navigate that so that it isn't, number one, making Aiden more aware of the issues that the two of you have with each other, and that he is as calm with the situation as he can be. That's as far as I can say, because everything else I believe probably needs to come from the Third Circuit Court regarding that. But I will say that Mr. Oldham, I'm not sure who initiated the proceedings in the Third Circuit Court. And I'm not suggesting by my comment that Ms. Schwartz doesn't have any frustrations or issues regarding the relationship, but there seems to be a lot of unresolved issues, sir, based upon what the police report reads, okay? Based upon the description in the police report regarding the emotions of Ms. Schwartz and the fact that she was visibly upset, and it wasn't something that appears to have been made up, as far as sometimes emotions are just like that, and it's hard to make them up. I'm not saying they can't be made up, but and the fact that your child was present during all of this makes it even more incredulous that everybody's even here for this. So, that being said, I'm not prohibiting you from being in the same vicinity, but there's gonna be no contact. And let me be very clear, it also means non-verbal contact, right? So if you happen to be across, let's say that Ms. Schwartz is sitting on the third baseline and you're on the first baseline, and then you keep looking over her way or what have you, right? So be aware of where you're positioned and what could be perceived, right? You may not even be looking at her, you may be looking at the picture, but she may perceive that you're looking at her. Or, the international symbol of I'm not happy to see you, right, with a finger. That not to be done. None of that, like all those nonverbal communications, that's not to occur either, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Anything else?
Do I have permission to ask her a question about Aiden? Being this is my weekend, he's got a baseball game. I don't know if you wanna exchange.
The prosecutor and I can work it out real
Okay.
quick.
Right.
If not, they can get on the app.
Well, right, I would think that, there's a baseball game.
Well, I didn't know if she would wanna do exchange right away and I end up taking them, or just meet him at the baseball game. That's
Alright, that was way outside her purview as far as what, anything that I even familiar with, regarding all those details, so yes. Counsel, if you can work it out, that's fine, otherwise communicate through the app,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Thank you, yeah.
Alright, anything else? Alright, so,
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Joke. Oh my God, sir, Put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside and this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed? We're gonna start bringing people in person. People gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.